You guys, I know Predator Badlands came out in 2025. I don't give a fuck. This video is long overdue, and I've been wanting to make this video since Predator Badlands came out, and I glossed over it and skipped it. You guys, watching Predator Badlands as a man, even as a woman, I don't care. Watch that movie, but mainly for the men. The character of Deck is perfect. He's a perfect model of kind of what men should be. Hear me out. In the film, Deck thinks being the strongest is being able to kill the most. That's his mentality. That's what he was taught by his culture, a culture that rejects him. He's considered a runt. His father already looked at him as less than when he was born. He was smaller than most. He looks deformed compared to the rest. I'm not saying he looks bad, but how his dad would probably look at him, he would look at Deck as an abomination compared to Quay, who looks like a Yautja, fully grown, big, everything, right? But even Quay was starting to wake up and break away from his culture. He literally protected his brother. He's not supposed to do that. They're supposed to kill the weak, even if they have a brother or a sister, whatever. If they're weak, get rid of them. If they can't prove themselves to be part of our culture, get rid of them. Deck in the film was told by Thea about how wolves work, the wolf pack. The goal is to protect the most in your group, protect the most around you. Look out for the most. Just look out. You killing the most does not make you the top dog. The people who you can look out for, take care of, make them feel comfortable, safe, is where people find some real strength in. Because Deck, unless you Thea and the baby Callus, Bud didn't need a lot to want to be around Deck. As soon as she saw Deck take out that the Callus food, the bison, take out the bison and get them food and stuff, like that was enough for like her seeing Deck do that impressed her enough to want to follow this creature, to follow Deck, to stick by them. And when Deck left them behind, like I was like, fuck, why'd you do that, Deck? You just let Bud alone. It was fucked up. And Thea realizes, even in her journey, she can't get back to where she's at without Deck. Yes, she used him, but even she had to be reasonable and think, I cannot get through this place alone. I need to do this with somebody. I have to do this with somebody. I have to work together with somebody. Because a lot of things are social beings. Us humans, we're social. As much as we can say, I like being alone and all that, okay, really try to be alone. You're going to want to be longing for some human connection. I'm not talking about sex. I mean, just even talking to a human. You can only be alone for so long. You can't deal with the world while being alone. But Predator Badlands, when it comes to Deck in the film, and this is honestly why it's the best Predator film to me. This is the only Predator film that actually has a fucking story. The other films are just action, bare bones. It's just bare bones. They're not bad, but this actually had a story that provokes more thought. You can't talk about the other Predator films plots like the way you could take Badlands apart and really dissect it. And the director, Dan Trachtenberg, I really hope he explores how the Yautja used to be a society of slaves, and why they are so aggressive as a species, and why they prioritize this Spartan-like culture that they have, physical strength, all that, because they don't want to be enslaved again. While it's a great thing that they're trying to empower themselves to not be put in a position of being slaves again, they do shit like neglect someone like Deck just because he was born different, which isn't his fault. If anything, that's his father and mother's fault, who he had the kid with. Who that's their fault. That's their genetics. They created him. So y'all mad at him for coming out a certain way, but he came from you. You see what I'm saying? Like, the father wanted to kill Deck just because he was different. It's fucked up. That's what you don't do. You don't do that as a parent. because you created your child. Something within you made your child the way it is. Or, even the previous generations. We know genetics is a wild thing. It's genetics can get pretty crazy. But Predator Badlands, that movie was just beautiful. And the whole story with the Callus being involved, how Deck didn't even really kill the Callus or hunt the Callus, but when he found out the Callus was just looking for her child, he said, screw this hunt. What's right to do? She's trying to get her child back. And that's when Deck's honor came out. That's when that Yautja code of honor really locked in for him. And not even Yautja code of honor. Let's talk about his code of honor, because I don't even consider Deck a Yautja anymore because his species already rejected him. He is part of the Callus. The Callus inducted him into her clan. So he's officially a Callus. He's not physically a Callus, but he is part of the Callus clan. That, and mind you, Bud's mother brought him into the clan for just helping her child. A very small thing. Deck looks nothing like her. The mom doesn't care if Deck looks deformed. She can care less. You did me a you had my back, I'm gonna have your back. All he did was just make sure the parent and the child were reunited. It was a short-lived one. It was short-lived, but at the end of the day, he put all that selfish stuff with his culture aside and just looked at the bigger picture and did the right thing. Get them back together. And then when he finds out Bud is dead, he didn't have to take Bud off the planet. Bud could have just stayed there, but he decided to adopt Bud into his family. And when he defeated his father and told him, I found my own clan, guess who walked out? Thea and Bud. And the thing is, they're all outcasts. Look at the Callus in a way. The Callus in a way can be an outcast. It is literally the alpha predator of its planet. We haven't seen all the enemies of the planet, but the Callus is considered the most dangerous thing on the planet, the strongest thing on the planet. It is an outcast in a way. It is so damn powerful. It is so damn freaking powerful that no one else can't really be on its level to compare. And it's probably a lonely existence just being that powerful. Just being the most powerful thing and no one cannot really relate to you or whatever. But I thought Predator Badlands was a beautiful film. I feel it's the best Predator movie. And also, another thing on Predator Badlands, Deck is the best Yautja too in these movies, because the amount of Yautja we've seen that lose to humans, I'm sorry, but they are trash, bruh. Any of the Yautja that lost to humans are trash. Deck was killing androids, which are stronger than humans in this movie. Like Weyland-Yutani androids are way stronger than humans. Way stronger than humans. He defeated androids. He survived the Callus. Mind you, no other Yautja in history, based off the story, survived an encounter with the Callus. He did, and he brought a Callus home with him. So in a way, he did do what Quay said. That's the beautiful thing too. He did what Quay said. He brought the Callus home. In a different way, but he brought the Callus home. His brother told him, bring it home. He brought it home. He didn't bring it home as a trophy. And I think even if Quay was alive, he would have respected that whole hunt he did. Because Quay was already a Yautja that was different too. Quay just didn't fully reject the culture yet. Deck, in a way, has rejected his culture. Now, the next film, I don't know how it's going to go, but the movie needs to take place on Yautja Prime. And it honestly needs to be a movie where Deck is trying to get off this planet because they're trying to kill him, because Deck killed a elder predator. He killed his dad, a clan leader. So that's what the next movie should be. Deck trying to get off of Yautja Prime. His mom is hunting him down. Would be his ultimate hunt against all these full-grown Yautja trying to hunt him down, and he's just trying to get off the planet, and he has Bud and Thea to assist him. And we saw what the Callus can do. So he already has a strong ally with Bud. Unless you don't blow it up from the inside, but the Callus can heal from many wounds. But that's what the next film should be. An all-out hunt on Deck on Yautja Prime. That would be fire.